Hi everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my video lessons. Today's lesson is on spiccato. Maybe you haven't yet found your brilliant spiccato or you're looking to improve it. Either way, this video should help. Now, spiccato is something that people often have trouble with, but it's actually one of the easier things to do with the bow, and I'm going to show you how with a few simple steps. I'm going to begin by showing you an instant spiccato and then talk about those steps in a bit more detail. So the first thing is, let's forget for a moment the idea of moving the bow left and right, and simply bounce the hand up and down gently with a nice supple wrist. And then don't change a thing, but gently nestle the bow in the hand there. Same thing, nice gentle wrist. And the next step, don't change a thing, simply put the instrument there. Bingo, spiccato. We're going to have a look at those steps in a bit more detail now. So number one, we've got to be in the right part of the bow. And the elasticity of the bow changes from tip to frog. The most bouncy part of the bow is going to be around the balance point, which is different for each bow, but generally around here. Let's see. There we go. And if it helps your sense of geography of the bow, then put a little bit of tack on that point. The spiccato is going to be very heavy at the balance point itself because it's so close to the frog. So the best place to start training is just above the balance point. That's number one. We've got to be within this bounceable part of the bow. If that's number one, then number two is that we have to meet the elasticity of the bow, which we've got to tame and control when we're using spiccato, with the right amount of elasticity in the right hand. If we're too floppy, the bow will bounce uncontrolled and skitter across the string. If we're too stiff, it's going to kill the bow's natural bounce. So that's step two. We have to have the right amount of elasticity here, the right amount of tension. If you need help with that, then check out some of the earlier videos I've made in this series on bow hand training, because those offer some exercises that will help get your right hand nice and supple. Number three, and this is where people often trip up, is that the angle of the hand's movement relative to the angle of the bow has to be right in order to engage that elastic quality in the bow. If we're moving the bow too much in a horizontal way, then we're sending the bow the way it travels when it's playing on the string, legato, and not engaging the upward energy it needs to bounce. If it's too much the other way, it's as though the contact point with the string becomes like an axle point, the middle of a wheel, and again, you kill the potential to bounce the bow. Somewhere in between is what we're looking for. So when you're going for your spiccato, you need to make sure that those three things are working perfectly in combination. Number one, the right part of the bow. Number two, the right amount of elasticity in the right hand. And number three, the right angle of the hand as it moves. Try to remember when you first learned to ride a bike. You let your body teach you, you had to let go. Do the same here. Try out different combinations of these variables and adjust each one slowly and carefully. And hopefully you'll get a eureka moment where your spiccato comes into focus and it feels not only controlled but also easy. There's one more thing I want to leave you with, which is the angle of the bow on the string. With a flat hair, you're engaging all of the bow's natural power and you'll get a choppy, powerful spiccato. If you want something softer, simply tilt the bow over a little bit. And if you get one of these eureka moments where it all comes into focus, please be sure to share it in the comments section below. I'll be really happy to hear of your progress. Good luck and see you next time.